Mr. Anifoche, that bridge that is just mentioned has also come under criticism among some people in the States. It is seen as a project that is unnecessary, that a flyover is being built another road instead of opening up other sides like ring roads. What do you think it is a necessary project?
Well, in a developmental agenda, there's always the next thing to do, or next phase. I mentioned something like Ekiti agenda that was done. We don't know whether it's the next thing on the at this point in time. So if you are criticizing it, and the bridge of that nature cannot be a state government project alone. If a particular fund is tied to, okay, we are giving you this money as the governor of the state, this is what we want you to use the money for, he cannot leave that place and say, no, I'm not going to do that, I will use for that thing. No, that is a contraband. So, it's not, you see, there are so many things that are not in the public knowledge. Government cannot divulge all informations concerning execution of programs and projects to the people. That is why you see, at the beginning of that project, some people are even making effort to protest, both on paper and physical. But it just still went ahead, which means it may not be that project, maybe a project, maybe federal government project, a state project, just like the airport and some other things. So people will just sit down at the corner, at the comfort of their home. They say, "Che bridge look on it." How do you know that why bridge look at it or bridge can look on? Why you privileged to have the information as regard the next project that's supposed to be executed? What I can see is that, you see, bridges of this nature in other cities are being done as at when due. I know that in the next few years it's going to beautify, it's going to add beauty to the state capital. Because I know we'll not continue to be like this. You understand? And with that, people will now appreciate what that edifice is. It's going to be an edifice. And I believe that they will appreciate Governor Bao for doing it then. Because if they want to do it later, it will have even cost maybe triple off what is happening now.
Mr. Jeremiah, do you want to add to that?
Yes, aside that bridge was actually meant to correct an error. There was no hold up where the first bridge was actually placed at all. Where we did a bridge in Ekiti, as at that time was that old garage at Ijibo. I live in Ajilosu. For you to get to a town from Ajilosu, it was hell as at that time. Because even if you want to come and pass Okiobi, you must pass Ijibo. That roundabout is a hell of hold up. Old garage is a hell of hold up. So that bridge was to correct an error. And you could see people that actually constructed that bridge actually endorsing the governor for the first time because they have seen the positivity in his action. 2, that project is a federal project. That's where it's meant for. That is what was proposed to the federal government, and that's what has been approved, and that is why it is being done. So whoever want to criticize it must criticize the federal government for approving that project because it's a federal road. It's a federal project.
So it is not the state government that is financing the construction of that flyover?
It is a federal project. So even if the state government spends anything, whatever, it is going to be reimbursed. So it is what we did it, and it has been proposed that we did it, and it has been approved that it will be done. Because at that time, look at the cost of fuel these days. So imagine yourself going to Ajilosu from here, and you buy fuel at 1,000 naira, 1,200 naira per liter, and you now go and spend all those fuel at the hold up. It is the government that you will blame. It is not, you won't blame anybody than the government. That can't they see that there is hold up here, that something must be done, or private channels. So that project is to me, it is actually needed. It was the other bridge that was not needed.
In addition to that, I followed that project with rapt attention, and I visited more than 3-4 times. At times in a week, I passed through there 3 or 4 times. When the engineers were working, I looked at where they dug that place. I discovered that there has been an embedment of certain concrete under that place for maybe more than 30 or 40. I don't know how when those things were there. And those things were there like pillars, though not up, they were under. Which means there has been that place has been programmed to house a bridge. Maybe for the past 10, 12, 15 years. Because most of those things they are constructing on an old concrete. Which has been, yes, God, I want you to visit that place now. You see that everywhere they dig, everywhere they dug, everywhere. You see them with those concrete and those strong irons in those days, 60 mm. They just bring it out, wash it out. They now build on it. They now put concrete on it, which means that place has been designed to house a very important bridge that time.
Let's look at BAO in the last 2 years. Is there anything you see in the administration, in its policies, that you think should be done differently? Or is it all praises?
No. In terms, I said something earlier. I spoke about reorientation. I said the governor would need to spend more time and energy and resources on reorientating our people. We actually need reorientation in these states. You see, if the governor comes out of the government house and drives along the road, you will see people praising him, hey Babao, for him to be throwing out money. That kind of orientation will have to change. And it will have to change with politicians. So that's, and I said something, another thing again, that you see, the orientation will have to start with the cabinet, with the government. Everybody in his government must go back to have their own farms. At least any political appointee, anybody that is on appointment must have nothing less than an hectare of land cultivated. That is where you start. If I'm your disciple, I should be able to learn from you. I should be able to follow your tenets. So that's one of the things he needs to do. Because you can't be in the government and be collecting the salary, collecting one allowance or the other, at the end of the day, saying that your government, they are trying on agriculture, they are trying on agriculture, you yourself, you are not even planting anything. So it has to start with them. It has to start with you. So I know he has a pig farm. I know him. He was a pig farmer too. Maybe he still runs that farm. I don't know. I know Biodun was a farmer before he became governor, but I'm not sure if he still farms now. But other people, I know the speaker. I've been with him as well. I know the speaker of House of Assembly is also a farmer. He also has farms. So you understand. And some of them. I know Chief Jidiawe too. Chief Jidiawe is a farmer too. He has he plants and he has animals. He even does fish. Say you understand. But every other person in that cabinet, some I don't know. Yes, some could have farms as well. But some I don't know. But the governor should make it compulsory that part of my administration is everybody that is involved must have a farm, must go back to farm, do something. It could be animal husbandry. It could be planting, because if you see what this government is doing about agriculture, you know that they are doing a great thing. But if you do that kind of thing and there is nothing telling people or pushing people to do it, I don't think it's worth it. So there should be all these our youths, most of them that are doing Yahoo, whatever. Let there be police force arresting people, jobless people. It could be funny. Go to streets, go to bars, check them. If you are jobless, let them take them to a mobile court and compel them that you are sentenced to go and have fun. Yes.
That's a sentence.
Yes, it is a sentence. Yes. Sir,
you also give him a land?
yes, you have to give him a land, you have to give him a grant, give him all the materials. But in a year, you will be sentenced for 1 year, one family year, a hectare of cassava. So you must have that. The government will provide every other thing that is needed. Then after, the government will buy from you, give you the profit, and discharge you and acquit you of the whatever. That person will know the importance of working. But most of our youths, you see them, they're looking for money to go and drink beer. At the end of the day, they will go and sleep. That's why you see them committing crimes. That's why you see them good about. As
so, Mr. Nifoshe,
to support my chairman
yeah,
in that aspect. Ekiti is an agrarian society, and we appeal to everyone to let us complement the efforts of the governor. Let's say the government, because they are providing now a enabling environment for agricultural materials to thrive and for farmers to have maximum output. Something triggered me about a few years ago when I became one of the school of IPAC secretary to them. I was put in charge of politics from Chibidi. I called him. So I said, Mr. Biodun from Igbemo. He said, I have somebody that gave me rice in Igbemo now, and you're asking me for rice. That triggered me. I was a rice farmer before I left Igbemo a few years ago, before I went to Lagos. We went back into action a few years back now. After that statement, I said, we are prenatal rice farmers at Igbemo. And by the grace of today, I'm the secretary of Ekiti Rice Farm, the Rice Farm Association of Nigeria, Ekiti State chapter. So most of us in IPAC were into serious farming. My brother is pig farming and other things. I'm into rice farming too, large scale. So, and with this government in town, we were only, as he has said, we want the government to do more by giving us what we call enough inputs. Soft loans, let them guarantee us. When I was invited from Lagos for Agnes loan by Governor Fayemi, we did a lot of training. Over 3,000 people have already received. I was the governor of one of the classes. We did a lot, but that thing did not materialize. But thank God now that we are seeing the effect now. Even though we did not get it then, we are getting it now. So we still need more of that. Let them guarantee people, cooperative societies, agree settlement that is already putting in place, so that the food security they are talking about, there can be food sustenance and people can actually benefit from it. So we need their assistance. We need, like the drought we had between March and April, we had a serious drought in our rice farm. We need the government to encourage us in terms of irrigation farming. In the north, there's what we call sprinkler irrigation by use of boreholes, and with those spray machine across. They don't know whether they're dry season or any. So we need government. Then now there's anti-grazing, and it's a plus to this government. I can tell you. About close to 500 people were engaged. Youth were engaged. Because at that time I was involved. They said I should be the secretary of OPC clinical. I was involved with that at that high school where we did this thing for them. They are in operation now and they are working. That's why you see all these healthmen, they are not troubling anybody any longer as it used to be before. It's a plus to this government. They are supporting and protecting. And that's why you see those people wanting to want more abortion and want those headsmen, because they know that it can be fire for fire. It's a plus to Governor Biodun Oyebanji for doing that. In fact, the creativity is excellent. And we have somebody heading that, I think is it ministry or the parastatal of that ministry, as a SSA anti-grazing, which has never happened before.
Mr. Daramola,
yes, sir?
from the first anniversary of Biodun Oyebanji, he started to receive endorsement to go for second term. Now, this is the second year, second anniversary, and he has received a lot of endorsements, even from the leader or former leader or the present leader of PDP, Ayo Fayose, former governor of Ekiti State. Is IPAC also endorsing the governor for a second term?
I will categorically tell you that one, at IPAC as of today, politics is still suspended. We are not discussing anything politics. It is still governance. We are an advisory council. And I want to tell you something. Most of these things, most of these endorsements are distractions to the governor. And I want to advise him, and which I have done in some other quarters to him, that he should not be distracted. You see, politicians are like that. Some of these people want to enjoy government patronage. All they want to do is to benefit from the government. All this endorsement here, endorsement. You see, there's no place somebody within another party will just go and endorse another candidate from another party without consulting the state working committee of that party or without sitting down and having a movement. So it's a personal endorsement. So if somebody is good, yes, you can. So he has that. So personally, he can endorse it. You see that PDP now, they have people going there every day is now in PDP. So if they had actually endorsed the POW, they would not be fielding any candidates. You say, do you understand what I'm saying? But politics has not started. So when you see even yesterday, Eludi comes to APC. Well, I would say most of those leaders, when they see that somebody can do what they cannot do, when they see that somebody's achievement has actually surpassed what they can imagine, you understand, they will give kudos to it. So all these endorsements are just kudos to BAO. In my party, we have not endorsed BAO, and in APM, they've not endorsed BAO. In AA, we have not endorsed BAO. So even if we are going to have any synergy, or even if some political parties are going to have any synergy, or even if there's a group of political parties that want to come together and have a synergy with APC, as of today, it is legally banned. You cannot go into anything politics. So we, at our level as party chairman, that's why you will not see any one of us campaigning. Even if you see those people say 4 + 4 + 4, 8 + 8, the APC chairman will tell you that he doesn't know anything about it. When you see an Akoto person writing 4 + 4 is equal to 8, you take that as a campaign. It is what is in his head that is just put in there, and he's an illiterate. He doesn't know what the law says. So how many people do you want to castigate for doing that? So when you see somebody, a barber, putting a signboard in front of his shop, 4 + 4 is equal to 8, and you call that a campaign. That's why we overlook all those. But when we see billboards saying vote for another tenure, okay, we know okay, campaign has started. But from now until February next year, I don't see any party politics starting at all.
Mr. Anifoshi, do you have anything to add?
The Electoral Act is very clear. There is time for everything. Because we as IPAC, or as, let's say as EPM, as YPP, we are ready to jump the gun. And the endorsement you are seeing, most of them are very, very cosmetics. That's the way I look at it. Because some people are eating. Pao is a very clever, he's one of the most clever governor Ekiti has ever produced. He has reached out to nearly those that matters in Ekiti, especially in terms of past governors, both in A party, or B party, or C party, or so and so forth. So they are looking at that as if, okay, if this man can be reaching us to us, it was Chemobi who contested with him and went to court. It was with all of them. who else again? Fayoshe, who fielded candidate for PDP. They have visited Fayoshe more than 50 times. You see him with Baba Afe. Frustrating. He's a very clever politician. He has planned this politics more than those before him. And that's why you see him being endorsed by some people. As my chairman has said, people that are doing this, they are very naive about what to call the Electoral Act. The chairman of APC will tell you, I don't know anything about it. We did not send anybody. And they are putting that on record for INEC to see in case somebody in later days goes to court to challenge maybe the victory or otherwise. You beat the Electoral Act. They will tell you, we are not part of it. Did you see us there? Did you see our handwriting there? Did you call for any congress or convention? And so on and so forth. So, as far as we are concerned in IPAC, and as my party is concerned, we have not endorsed anybody. In fact, my state cannot even endorse anybody without the consent of my national part of the state working committee. The same thing with all other political parties. So, for APC and the rest and all of them to be endorsing him, all well and good, most of them are doing it for their personal gain. I will tell you now. For relevancy. Some people are looking for one thing or the other. Amobi said something yesterday which I read. He said, what we are going to adopt in the next session is consensus. It's too early. As far as I'm concerned, it's too early. But somebody must try to protect his own position. He said, do not say I did not tell you. Maybe I told you. Maybe I did this. And everything's on record. When it gets to the bridge, we shall do what? We will cross. That's actually what some people are trying to do. They want to make sure that they secure that bridge. They secure that bridge before they get to that place for crossing. You understand? That's exactly what is going on. They want to secure the bridge before they cross the bridge, so that somebody may not jump into it. You see, somebody can be close to the bridge like this, want to cross, somebody come from somewhere and cross it. And that's what happened. And if you look at it, the emergence of power, I said it was divine. That's why I started my story. Somebody has been endorsed, some people have been endorsed to become the governor. Overnight something happened because the bridge was not properly secured before somebody embarked on that journey. And at the point where a step was supposed to be taken on the bridge, and that two steps dump into it and became a stumbling block. And that's what people are doing now. Somebody wants to be councillor, is endorsing. Somebody wants to be retain his senatorial seat, is endorsing. Somebody wants to retain his House of Rep, is endorsing it. Somebody wants to be a state executive council in the party, is endorsing. All of them. Somebody wants to retain, go second time as chairman of the government, they are endorsing. Is it a lie? So that's the genius, and that is politics for you. But they are not campaigning for vote. They are only doing, okay, this guy is doing well. Let him go ahead. Let him continue. We want him again for years. It's not professionally it's not a campaign, but technically it's a campaign. But INEC will not hold you responsible for anything along that line. So we as political party, we as IPAC, we are not endorsing anybody for now. We are watching everything, and we are working on our parties too to have strength at all levels, so that we contest every elections with them when the time comes.
Mr. Dermal, is it illegal to endorse when politics has not been kicked into motion by INEC?
Now, I will explain one thing to you. What the law says is that the seat has not been declared vacant. And you cannot campaign or do anything towards that particular seat until it is declared vacant. So as of today, as we are talking, that seat has not been declared vacant. So when you are endorsing somebody to take which position, which seat are we talking about? A seat that has not been declared, so it is illegal. So you want to endorse somebody that you are going to be the one that will sit on that seat when somebody is still there, and that person that is sitting there, as they've not asked him to leave.
And he's still the one that the person who is seated there is still the one being endorsed for a later time.
It is, the law does not see it like that. It is a tenure of 4 years. It is a tenure of 4 years, and that seat will be declared vacant, I think, about 90 days or so to election.
Okay, now what do you foresee politically on the political stage next year?
There will be party politics. All these endorsements we are talking about are just political statements, and they are just ways to probably warm up to the heart of the governor, because Kudro's Okera was even higher than this. It was being sung from the first year all over the state, all over everywhere. Kudro's okay everywhere you go, every music you play, every change, you understand. So it was not like that. That's why I said this is just to distract the governor. Apart from distracting him from governance, distracting him politically. So he should just be focused on what he wants to do. He should be focused on his goal, on his agenda, and if he wants to go for second term, he should be focused on his campaign, not be distracted with anything. Because at the end of the day, if you are not careful, all these people that are endorsing you today, last minute you will be surprised at what they will do to you. Politicians, you know now, they've done it in the past.
Mr. Anifoshe, do you see an endorser coming up again as an aspirant in the next?
It's possible. It's possible. We've had things like that in time past. People can endorse today and become an aspirant tomorrow.
What happens to the endorsements?
Because depending on who is bankrolling you.
So what happens to the endorsement?
Bankrolling, you see, in politics, that's what called bankrolling and godfatherism. So you mean you can't do it? You are endorsing him now. So you too cannot become governor, Abi? Okay, go and prepare yourself. See, thank you, sir. No problem, sir. I don't know. I'm always trying to play policy with my people. I'm not to be loyal to the party. You tell me which party. I said you should go and contest. I'm not. Are you telling me that the person will not go and contest? So it's possible for an endorser to become an aspirant and a co-contestant in Nigerian politics. It has happened in time past, and it means well, we need their party. I don't know. You know, they have their own party. It may still happen. You know, see distant future.
Mr. Waller, do you have anything to add?
So that, oh yes, in politics, things like that happens every time, not just once in a while, every time. You can see the person endorsing you today will be the one raising somebody in another political party to contest against you.
We've been speaking with representatives of Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, represented by the chairman, Mr. Waller Daramola, and the organizing secretary, Joseph Anifoshe. They've been speaking on the tenure, the 2 years of the administration of Governor Biodun Oyebanji. This is their assessment of the administration. Mr. Owola, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Anifoshe, we thank you for coming.
Our party was that generally, let me see permission from my boss, my chairman, Bao is doing well. I will pray for him that he will do better in the next 2 years. But that notwithstanding, our parties too, we have much interest in Okayama for 2026.
We'll be bringing you more from them later on, and assessment of other party leaders in the state and other groups who will assess Bao in 2 years. Thank you for watching.
People of the Fountain,